to everyone, and this is the topic of coarctation of aorta. So meaning of coarctation is narrowing of your aorta. Okay, so narrowing of aorta is also an congenital malformation of cardiovascular system, and this is a pathology in which there is lower body doesn't fulfill the insufficient blood supply to the lower part of the body, that is including the kidney. Okay, so most commonly it is seen in the patient with Turner syndrome. Okay, Turner syndrome and the Williamson syndrome, or the mothers who have diabetes during their pregnancy, or they are on the hydantoin based drugs. These drugs are used for epilepsy. So and if the mothers are on these drugs, then there is chances of development of coarctation of aorta to the infants. Okay, and it is more in the case of males, that is 2 times more in case of male as compared to female. So this diagram you can see what is coarctation of aorta. So you can see this is your aorta, and this is a descending aorta, and this one is your ascending aorta. From this here, from the heart, this one part is ascending, and this is your normal aorta, arc of aorta, and after that comes your descending aorta. So in this you can see this is narrowing here. So this is actually the defect which is present by birth. So this narrowing further leads to the decrease in the blood pressure in the lower part of the body. So that is the main cause. Now let's see the causes of coarctation of aorta. So first cause will be the genetic cause, that will be by birth, that is congenital. So genetic cause will be the first, and later in life it can develop due to any traumatic injury in the region of your chest, or if the patient has atherosclerosis. Okay, atherosclerosis development can also lead to narrowing of aorta, and if there is any inflammation in that part of the arteries, that is one pathology is there, Takayasu arthritis. So this is an pathology. In that case, there can be the development of coarctation of aorta. Now classification. So classification is based on according to your localization, and it is respect to your arterial ligament, which is called as ductus arteriosus. So it is actually present by birth. Okay, so you can see this diagram, what I want to told you. So we have actually 3 types according to location. We have preductal. Okay, so before the duct, not before, above the duct you can see, and ductal at the level of your duct, and the postductal below the. So duct means ductus arteriosus. So pre means above the ductus arteriosus, development of this construction or narrowing is there, then we called it as preductal. And it is it is on the level of your ductus arteriosus, then it is called as ductal, and below then it is postductal. So now in this diagram you can see this is your aorta here. Okay, and this is your arterial ligament or ductus arteriosus. Okay, so you can see DA, it is written DA here, so that is called as ductus arteriosus. So if this construction or narrowing is above this, then it is called as preductal, and below is postductal, and if it is at the level of this ductus arteriosus, then it is called as ductal. So you can see, and most common, as I have told you, Down and Turner syndrome, and often associated with cardiac valve defects, valvular stenosis, valvular regurgitation, and all these pathologies is most commonly it is developed, and varies in severity, and consists just proximal to ductus arteriosus and distal to ductus arteriosus. So that what I told you. Now in this I relate. Now coarctation of aorta causes increase in blood pressure, and hypertension is one of the main cause for atherosclerosis. So if the patient has coarctation of aorta, in later on life he or she can develop increase in blood pressure, and due to that there's risk of or chances of development of atherosclerosis. Now symptoms. Move on to symptoms. There will be decrease in appetite, there will be shortness of breath, tachycardia, hepatomegaly, and enlarged liver. Cyanosis will be there in the lower part because there is insufficient blood supply due to the construction in the narrowing or the construction in the aorta. So the blood supply is decreased in the lower part through the descending aorta. So that is why there will be cyanosis, bluish color of the skin, increased sweating, decrease or absence of urine output. So urination will be decreased. Now symptoms. If the symptoms different in the older children and adults, these symptoms are for infants, and this symptoms if the patient develops in the later on life. So if there is headache, a patient will be having headache, dizziness, tinnitus, nose bleedings, and not able to do physical activity, dyspnea, and abdominal pain. Okay, so these are the symptoms you will see in this case. Okay, so these are the symptoms you will see. Now there is a diagnosis. In this diagram you can further more you can relate here. So this you can see, this is patent ductal arteriosus, PDA, and this coarctation here, you can see coarctation. Okay, see these are intercostal arteries, this is our arc of aorta, this comes your descending aorta. Okay, and these are the arteries, left subclavian artery, common carotid artery. Okay, so you can see this here, line of division of extension V section. So this is the actual diagram for your treatment. Okay, so this was the main diagram. Now let's move on to diagnosis. So for diagnosis of disease, we will there will be weakening in the pulse of the femoral artery, we can examine, and there will be a difference in the blood pressure in the upper and lower part of the extremities, that is the upper part, upper body and the lower body, and we can observe systolic murmurs also over the base of the heart, and there will be continuous development of intrascapular region murmur, and with signs the collateral circulation. Okay, and there will be trembling in sternum, and there will be displacement of left apical impulse to the left to the down, and this further denote the sign of left ventricular hypertrophy. Okay, so this is the main cause. Now what can be the instrumental methods? What we will do to diagnose it? We have to diagnose the saturation, O2 saturation by pulse oximeter, BP measurement by BP machine, ECG we can do to neglect the or diagnose the hypertrophy, and X-ray of the chest organs, and in X-ray what we will see, increase in the size of the heart and the expansion of your ascending aorta. Then further we can do ultrasound, angio CT and angio MRI, which will tell the degree of coarctation, how much the coarctation development is there, because we can see the image of the arteries in that case, so we can diagnose or we can relate or we can tell how much is the degree or the level of the coarctation, and further we can do cardiac catheterization. So these will the diagnosis we will do, and in the treatment, what we will do. So in the case of preductal stenosis, the surgery is performed in the newborns. So first of all, what we do is removal of the narrowed part connection, and then we connect end to end. So in this diagram I can show you, I have the diagram, you can see in this diagram end to end. So you can see this is the resection, and this method is called as Crawford's method. Okay, so main scientist who did this. So you can see this is the coarctation here. Okay, so this is the preductal, so above the ductus arteriosus. So first you will cut this, and after you will suture it from end to end. Okay, so this is called as resection and end to end anastomosis. Okay, and there will be another that is called as subclavian flap. So we'll connect this with subclavian artery that is used as a flap to enlarge the constricted part. So we'll take a flap from the subclavian artery and we will join it with the constricted part of the aorta, and now it will be enlarged. Okay, and we can use the balloon angioplasty. So this is another treatment. Let's discuss first. So expansion of stenosis using a section extracted from subclavian artery, which I told you, subclavian flap. So these are the two methods, and this method is called as Waldhausen operation. Now if the pressure is no more than 20 mmHg, so we do not perform in that case surgery. Okay, so in that case invasive examination is done, and then the treatment is done. So we have to measure the pressure before the treatment. It should not be more than 20 mmHg. So in that case we first of all do the aortography, that is we examine the aorta. Okay, aortography we do, and after that what are the treatments we do? We do stenting, enlarge that artery if the constriction is there, or we can do the balloon angioplasty. So balloon angioplasty, in this diagram you can see balloon using a guidance. The balloon is passed up the aorta, and you can see this balloon. So this balloon actually dilates the constricted part of the aorta. So this is the method which is used when the pressure is below, difference of the pressure between the upper and the lower part is below 20 mmHg. So this is the treatment for that case. Okay, so this you can relate it here. So now what can be dangerous? How this coarctation can be dangerous for the patient? It can further lead to your heart failure, MI can be the complication. Further, if the diagnosis is not done or treatment is not done, stroke can occur. There can be infection of the aortic ball, rupture, and infection in the mediastinal organs. So these are the main danger is that it can lead to heart failure for the patient. Okay, so this is the main coarctation of aorta. Thank you.